Heading up to town today. Got another episode 6. Yes, 6 with Tui. We tried one the other day, but it fucked out. So yeah, hopefully it goes well this time. See you soon.
How you going, guys? Here we are. I'm back with Tui. We tried to do an episode a wee while ago, but Captain Fantastic here fucked the audio up. My laptop is definitely due an upgrade. But yes, this is Tui. Episode 6. Episode 6. Pleasure to have your acquaintance today. Thanks for the room as well. Twice. Champion. There's some wine for you. I'm going to try squeezing there. White wine. Favorite.
$7. Amazing.
12. $12. Don't sell me short. What was I?
It's better than the last one.
Oh, that's way better.
Those extra couple of dollars, make all the
It's a
difference.
bit warmer. I think I like it a bit warmer.
Not in this sort of weather.
Yeah. It's been an absolute peeler today, guys. We're talking your mid-30s today? Or
I
just
think
early
so.
30s?
I don't know, but it's fucking hot.
Fuck, I think it's meant to be hotter tomorrow as well.
It doesn't make me want to go to work.
Just quickly, we'll get you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Alrighty, I'm Tui.
That's Tui.
That's Frankie.
Frank.
It's my dog.
Doggo.
I'm in my 5th year coming up now of uni. I'm moving up to Christchurch in a little bit. I study social work and I work as a support worker for kids with disabilities.
Champion. Let's kick it off with Christchurch. I don't know how I feel about Christchurch, and I get mixed reviews on it as well. I feel like everyone who lives there kind of likes it. Well, everyone who lives there seems to like it, but then everyone outside of it seems to kind of hate on it a little bit. I think that kind of just extends from the earthquake thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not to the same level as Gore and Bakago.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's
Yeah.
it's the second biggest city, isn't it? It's bigger than Wellington.
It's the South Island's biggest city.
Yeah. I think it's the second biggest. Oh, maybe Hamilton?
I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like South Island's kind of a bit smaller.
Well, you go for the fact check on that one, folks. Yeah, Christchurch. What do you reckon? What's the attraction?
Well, it was either that or Wellington, and Wellington's just really too expensive.
Living?
Yeah, just not really. And it's a bigger move as well. Christchurch is a bit more manageable. And I kind of wanted to end up, if I do my placement up there for social work, then I can end up getting a job up there, which is the goal.
In Christchurch, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, and then just spend a year or two there and then perhaps either go overseas or, change cities.
Yeah, where do you want to go overseas?
I'm really interested to try, maybe Scotland or Wales.
Scotland or Wales? It always trips me out how Wales have their own language.
Yeah.
So I met these two Welsh girls when I was travelling in Mexico. And, yeah, that was when I found out. I didn't even know until then. They're like, you have your own native language?
Not everyone speaks it, though.
No, I think English is still the most spoken one, but it's still more prominent than Māori, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
People can still speak fluently in it, and they still do use it a wee bit.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah, Christchurch will be all good, I reckon. I think it's got some good shit happening for it at the moment.
I think so, especially with I mean, the earthquakes were horrible and everything, but now they've kind of got money to they get to sort of redo everything.
It's a blessing in disguise, isn't it? There's positives coming out of it in terms of
they're making the most of it, yeah.
Well, they get to redevelop, they get to rebuild everything, and it's all quite modern. It's getting that. I think 10 years down the track, maybe not even. It'll be a legit pumping place.
Oh, it even is now. You go there and it's just everything is so well done, and it's very quite modern. Like they've got cool art features
yeah,
and
it is
stuff.
quite modern. There's quite a few like cool little bars popping up around the place as well, like those kind of garden outdoor bars type of vibe. I like
Yeah.
that shit. I like that shit.
Yeah, and there's also like a lot of like people up there. Like the people up there, it's kind of like different to Dunedin because Dunedin, like we're students, we're all on like the student, and everyone's on the student buzz. Whereas there,
Scarfy
people are actually like working full time.
Yeah, yeah. It's a whole different thing, eh? Fridays will be the big deal up there, I suppose, in terms of partying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too many people.
Have you
up
partied
there.
up there much?
A couple of times.
And I'm hearing a good story.
Lots of free drinks. It's good.
Lots of free drinks.
Well, people have money up there as students. Like people
Ah,
don't have money as students.
I went to a gay bar once when I was there, and it was pretty fun, bro. Like,
You like getting those free drinks.
yeah, it's on, eh? And they're actually they're chill as about it. I'm not saying that I thought they weren't chill about it at the start, but I was just like, yeah, I'm not interested, bro. It's like hard all good. Maybe they still have like that flicker. I hope like I
Hard
can
all good.
drink. Maybe. No, I actually got with a girl there. It's like, what are the chances? Who would have thought?
Putting those
Good
skills
strike
to
rate.
the test.
Yeah, mate. Really testing it, eh?
Classy.
Christchurch would be cool. That playground's legit as well. That Margaret Mayhew one.
Oh, I've heard of that one. I haven't been to it though.
Oh, fuck, it looks fun. I wish I was a kid and could like just go play in it, but it's a bit weird if I do it now.
Yeah, you kind of have to be like in the middle of the night and drunk.
Yeah, and it's on. That's on.
Or maybe you'll have to come up and visit.
On the to-do list. I actually know a few people in Christchurch now. Yeah, I do. It's weird how like everyone's kind of like moving around now and whatnot.
I had like a weekend away in Queenstown last weekend, and we were like talking about how like the next sort of time when people will be like getting together for big parties will be when wedding season starts.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are gonna start settling down, and
Wedding's
that's
the next thing,
so
eh?
weird.
Yeah, I've already been to one of my mates' weddings, and super fun. Like weddings are so cool, but yeah, it's quite like mind blowing. Really, it's like life is coming. It's coming.
Mm.
Strap yourself in. But yeah, it's kind of scary as well, but exciting
Mm. Oh.
if you look at it optimistically.
Yeah, it's just a little bit like it throws you off a wee bit. Like it's like you feel like you've had barely any time at uni, but realistically, it's been like 4 years,
Yeah,
and that's a while. Like we're like not school leavers anymore. Like we are
definitely.
way past that.
Oh, I've been out of uni for a whole year now. And it's like that just went by in a flash. Man, yeah, no, that was a good year though. Double blood jet.
Well, at least you can live at home.
So you know how? So you're doing social work.
Mm-hmm.
Are they on the dole and stuff, or do they get like different types of benefits?
Do you mean social workers?
No, I mean your clients.
Depends what agency you're working for. Like social work, like people don't realize how varied social work is. Like you've got the typical oranga tamariki, which is like just like your normal social welfare sort of thing. But it's like social work is under such a broad spectrum of different areas. Like there are social workers everywhere. You get social workers in schools, you get them in the hospital, you get them like when you go into disability. Like so many things are involved with social work, mental health.
And
Like-
you're leaning towards kids with intellectual disabilities.
That's
Is
what
that
I'm
what you
doing.
said?
That's what I'm working as now. That's my
And you like that?
that's just my job. I could see myself potentially getting more into it, and like
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be really interesting.
You
But
like kids?
yeah, kids are all good.
Yeah, alright. Yeah, so.
Yeah, fine. Like I like them, but I don't want to say no to anything though.
Ah.
Like I think I'm very open to whatever comes my way. You know,
Yeah.
I just want to try anything.
Or agreeable. You know, if you keep saying yes to things, then that would be the same, kind of.
Being agreeable.
Yeah. You know, kind of agreeing, just going with
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, well, I don't like the thing is like when you first get out of social work, is you can't really afford to be like any degree. You can't afford to be fussy with whatever job you come across.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
hear you.
So I think I'm just gonna say yes to just whatever I can
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
manage.
it's- yes man, that shit. Love
Mm.
that movie. But yeah, no, yes man, that shit. To an extent, you know.
Mm.
Social work, you studied it as well, right? So that
So it's a
comes
degree,
yeah, sociology, eh?
No.
Oh, what is it?
BSW, so Bachelor of Social Work. So it's its own degree.
Bachelor of Social Work. So it's completely different to sociology.
Yeah, well, we start off like first year is you do like a lot of it is sociology based. So the first 2 years is you're doing a lot of prerequisites, and some of those prerequisites are sociology papers. Like majority of them are.
A lot of it crosses over.
Yeah, because it's all social theory. It's like the theories that we're like going under, like the ecological model and stuff. Like the theories that we're working with are all based on sociological thinking.
Okay, yeah. So it's a Bachelor of Social Work with a major in
Social work.
social work. Okay.
You don't even have a major.
Okay,
You're just social
it's just
work.
a bachelor. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's buzzy. Because it's like that with music. I have bachelor in music, but I majored in performance and composition.
Yeah, so we don't have that option.
Yeah, you don't have the major option. Could you do a minor if you wanted?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So just strictly that.
Yeah, it's like a set course.
Was it quite an intense? Like, was it academically a struggle for you, or was it quite easy? Did you find? Just your personal opinion, like.
I mean, I found it like a lot of work because it's all internal.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are like, oh yeah, no externals. Whereas I quite like externals. Like I'm quite good at like cramming and sort of like.
Yeah.
That sort of retaining information.
Everyone has their preference, yeah.
Yeah, and
I
so.
prefer internals, but yeah.
Well, like internals, they just take so long and like, it's so much work. Like, and they say that they space it out. Like they're all in the same department, but like they say they space it out. But like, we had like 4 or 5 assignments due in 1 week.
Oh, real?
Yeah, and it's like when they're 2,000, 3,000 word essays.
You like writing essays? Do you think essays are like a good way to test knowledge?
I think it's good for your understanding of research. I think I've learned, like, I've only ever really enjoyed one essay that I did, and it was a kaupapa Māori essay that I did, like examining, what was it? It was Māori women and their history. And I found that really interesting because it was kind of like a literature review. So I picked like one article, and then I used other articles to compare it and critique it.
Oh, yeah.
And I found that really interesting because it was like each sort of bit of every bit of research that I found, it would lead me to more. And like you'd look in like, you know, the footnotes or whatever and like look up who they quote and be like, oh, I can quote them too, and then add that in there.
What year was that?
That was last year.
Okay.
And I think that was probably actually sort of like the first time I've ever actually kind of understood how an essay was supposed to be done. Jesus. Someone's going fast.
I actually thought there was less in that. The glass deceived me. I thought it was just like a wee swig, and I was like, oh, it's still gone. Yeah, we can hear that concert. Pink Floyd's playing tonight in Dunedin as well. Well, no, not Pink Floyd, but the dude from Pink Floyd, yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, sorry, I have to just keep an eye out for my mum.
Yeah, her mam's there. Mam's there. Where's that wine? Oh, cool. So social work. More into the university side of things. You started off doing law, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What didn't you like about that? Or what made you change?
A couple of things. Like, I didn't like the idea of representing people that I didn't agree with.
That's fair.
And also the, like, case law or whatever it was, like, trying to pick a side. I wasn't very good at that. Like, I'd just be like, I can see the arguments for, like, I'd see both sides.
Yeah.
And I couldn't pick one.
Yeah, I hear you.
So I was a bit indecisive.
I suppose, like, a lawyer should be able to see both sides as well. They should be able to represent both sides.
But they should be able to pick one.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they should be able to pick one as well. But that must be tough. Like, I feel like a lot of lawyers probably have heaps of moral barriers that they have to cross in terms of their work.
Yeah, I think it also depends on what sort of area you get into, and it's like I just wouldn't want to be stuck doing something that that really wasn't that exciting to me. Like social work, I did one paper and I absolutely loved it, and I knew that this was like just for me, you know. And I didn't get that feeling with law.
Passion.
Well, you know, it's probably the same with music.
Yeah.
Was there any music papers that you really didn't like?
I don't know. I can't really remember, eh? I think they were all pretty breezy, eh? They were. I found, they were all kind of. They're all pretty chill. I've got to imagine music's got to be like one of the most chilled degrees, to be honest. But yeah, it was pretty cool. sometimes I wonder whether I should have done something else. But
What would you have done?
well, it's the thing. Like, what would have you done? I wouldn't have done anything else because at that age I wasn't thinking about anything else. But you know, hindsight's always an easy thing. I'm kind of interested in the psychology and stuff now. But something I could be interested in doing in the future would be doing like a PhD, like trying to combine the two, music and psychology, and seeing all that, what's happening there. There's got to be a lot of shit going on there. Like I have some like guesses of what's going on, but I haven't actually like looked into it. So that's something I might want to do in the future, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely
Depends
something
on
to
the
come back to.
situation.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
Yeah, I reckon psychology is so cool, bro.
I haven't actually done any psychology papers.
I didn't either. I did one philosophy one. Well, I like philosophy as well.
I've always wanted to do a philosophy paper. They sounded so interesting.
It's cool, man. All the ones that I did, well, the one I did, well, because I did a few classics papers as well, which
Okay.
kind of is like philosophy a little bit,
Yeah.
because they've got like religious overtones to them throughout the whole thing, pretty much.
Are you still like learning about like Aristotle and stuff?
Yeah, well, the one philosophy paper I did was Plato.
Oh, okay.
It was like 100% Plato, Socrates, who is Plato. But that was cool. We just got to read like 6 Plato books and just talk about them in class. And then external was like just your standard essays. Another one I did for classics was one on Alexander the Great. If you know him.
Yep.
He was cool. That was I really enjoyed that. I've always liked that kind of ancient shit. It's fun. Yeah, I reckon it's cool. It's like they're really good storytellers. I reckon it's like really good. But it's interesting, like, because I always had this bias against like religion and stuff growing up, and like thought it was all bullshit and whatnot.
How come?
I don't know. I think it must have just been me being arrogant, pretty much, and being like, "That's bullshit," you know, and not even giving it a chance, type thing.
Wanting to be ulty.
Well, wasn't even ulti growing up though. No one was into it. Maybe it was confirmation bias. Maybe everyone else was like, it's bullshit. I was like, it's bullshit, eh? But there is a lot of bullshit. Like in terms of if you're trying to read it logically and like factually, it's pretty flawed. I feel like. But if you're trying to read it for like morality and methodically and like reading it like a story instead, there's some good shit to get out of it. And so I kind of like to view it as fiction a bit more now. And even though fiction is fiction, I mean there's still a lot of truth in it. Like it's kind of almost more real than facts a little bit, because they play out all the archetypes and stuff that we all know so deeply, like the archetype of a hero. You think about that, how that's used in like every single film. They obviously change the character and shit, but you look at the traits of a hero, and like it's a hero, like someone who steps out into the unknown, confronts the chaos, overcomes the chaos, gets the prize. I mean, the best example off the top of my head is like Shrek. He's kind of like not a hero, but he is a hero. He leaves his safe space of the swamp, his comfort. He's like, okay, I'll go out into the unknown, confront the dragon, get the princess, who is the prize, and he develops for it, for the better. So it's kind of like saying you have to leave your safe space in order to grow as a character, kind of. And there's good things to be found in the unknown, but there's also dangers in the unknown, e.g. the dragon. It's not for the lighthearted. You gotta be ready to face some shit. So I feel like that's kind of what a lot of the religious stories tell, and like Christianity and whatnot. And it's the same thing with the classical stories, like Alexander the Great and stuff. I'm sure that they emphasize all his great successes and whatnot. But any thoughts on that? I kind of went for a bit there, didn't I?
Yeah. No, I agree with you though. I think that's just good storytelling. That's always the goal, is to have someone you can look up to and admire.
Yeah.
And see the value behind, I guess.
I really like films such as, Harry Potter. because it shows a whole.
Emma Watson's awesome.
Oh man, she's awesome. But it kind of shows getting a bit nippy.
Huh?
Getting a bit nippy.
Oh, it's just comfy.
It shows more than just the hero. You know, Harry's the stereotypical hero, but he can't do it by himself. That's the whole thing. It's everyone around him. You know, Dumbledore's like the intellect, that kind of like.
Neville.
Yeah, Neville's like the little brave coward that improves. Ron's the friend who's like kind of jealous, but like also like, oh, I love you, Harry. Emma, Hermione's like just super smart.
Just they couldn't have done it without her.
No, not at all. Not at all. She's amazing. She does everything pretty much. But yeah.
I think it's pretty cool as well growing up, getting to experience something like that and seeing such a strong, like, lead from those sort of characters, you know? Like, it was cool seeing people valued for those sort of properties.
That's the cool thing, eh? Like, they all represented a different part of being that is... They all represented different virtues, kind of. But not. It kind of also showed that not one person can hold all the virtues. No one's perfect. No one can be the perfect thing. You need to have like a team of people who hold certain virtues so that you can work together and use your strengths, kind of. Like, that's a pretty beautiful theme. Yeah. Really. And you think about that. You play that out in the real world, it's going to work far more. And it's just about stepping over. Like, that's what arrogant people can't do. You know, that's what they struggle to do, is step back and see what's been offered from other people who have a different skill set, different virtues, different values.
And it also gave everyone it gave everyone a character to identify with as well.
It did, yeah. That's the thing. It appealed to everyone. They could relate to something, eh?
Who were you?
Who was my favourite character?
Who do you reckon you related the most to?
Oh. Voldemort.
See, I would say you'd either be Ron or is it Seamus? The guy that like blows shit up.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I would say...
Just because he's a little bit of an asshole.
The one who... Hermione was probably my favourite character. You, Hermione?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she was amazing though. She was just like such a good hero and such a good role model.
Yeah. Yeah, she was...
So we're both Hermione's.
Well, I'm not saying I'm Hermione. I'm just saying she was my favourite character.
You're Hermione.
She was good. So hot. Damn, she's good looking.
She's also really smart. And she's like the UN
In
ambassador
real
for
life,
women.
Is she actually... I'm just gonna stick a little bit more there. She in the real world, Emma Watson, what does she do? I have no idea what she does in real world. She's just Hermione to me.
She's gone to like a university, like college and stuff in America, and she's also the UN ambassador for women.
The UN ambassador for
United Nations.
So what would that role consist of?
She was the person that started the He for She movement.
The what, sorry?
He for She movement.
Could you explain that to me a little bit?
He for She, that's feminism for men. So it's involving men in the conversation and saying, look, we can't get here without you. We need you to help us. And it's standing up and saying, like, I'm for you. I'm for supporting you getting in this, becoming what you're for.
So getting support from males to help women.
Yeah,
and the feminist movement.
Yeah, and having them stand up and say, look, we see it as a problem too. We want equality.
Okay, yeah. Would you class yourself as a feminist?
100%.
Like a third wave feminist, or like
yeah, I guess so.
Wave?
I guess. I mean, there's lots of different types of feminism. I mean, I think the best...
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, what's your definition of feminism? Because I feel like there's been a lot lost in the conversation, but since like it started back in the late 19th century, and there's been like, well, the first wave happened, and that was pretty much for like
votes and stuff.
Yeah, and just getting into the workforce and shit.
Yeah.
And then the second wave was like the 60s, and that was more about like sexual harassment and
reproductive health and stuff.
Reproductive health and equality of opportunity and whatnot. I'm not sold on third wave. I can see those two. I agree with those two. But third wave seems, I don't know. You tell me what your type of feminism is.
I mean, I don't think there's necessarily a type. I think anyone supporting each other is the best way to go, like supporting women. I understand how people might not see it, but I think the best way that I find to sort of describe it to people would be like looking at the things that you can do that might make me feel uncomfortable. Like, you are able to walk by yourself down a street in the middle of the night and not feel like unsafe. I mean, statistically, you're more likely to be attacked as a man.
Yes, yeah.
But at the same time, we have that inherent fear that we are taught, and you're taught with, you're taught to walk with your keys in between your fingers.
Yeah.
So you can like.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a part of women's nature that they that you can't really deny it. Just the fact that men they have that physical prowess over females.
Yeah, it's not even that though. It's the fact that it's like there's like sexual harassment and sexual assault is so common in New Zealand. Like it's like 1 in 4 or something. Women will get sexually assaulted. Like that's ridiculous, and you can't say that that's a woman's problem
Is
now.
it? Is it 1 in 4? What, harassment? What's
no,
harassment?
sexual assault.
Okay, what's assault then?
It could be. I mean, people like. Okay, look at. All right, for instance, look at like that glitter. You know that woman who was walking around Rhythm in Alps and she was topless, and some dude grabbed her boob.
When was this year?
Yeah, this year.
Rhythm Vines?
No, Rhythm in Alps.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think it was Rhythm in Alps. So like over in Central. And a lot of people were saying that she shouldn't have had her boobs out, and it's like, well, why not? It's her body, and no one has the right to touch it. And so for anyone standing up for that person saying it's anything, like it's anyone touching you without your consent, anyone not acknowledging your autonomy as a woman, and insulting that, or I guess taking advantage of that, is the issues that we still have.
Okay, yeah. I understand how that would be very annoying and frustrating. Just to play devil's advocate on the situation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then you've also got the pay gap.
Yeah, we'll get there. Devil's advocate on that situation. I think it is, as a guy, if you do see a female with her breasts out,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of embedded in our nature to be attracted to that and want to look at that. I'm not saying that means we're allowed to touch them.
Okay, but that's separate again though, and when you think about that, the reason that you're looking at boobs is a biological thing, and it's because you're looking at a potential for a mate.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we take away the sexualness of them, what are boobs actually there for? They're there to feed children. You're looking at a woman.
I would also say they're there to attract males as well, though.
But even then, it's also showing that their potential is to feed children. It's what boobs are there for.
Yeah,
It's why you're biologically looking at them.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
from that, you're not. It's if you think about it in a non-sexual way, you're just looking at a potential partner to mate and thinking that is someone who would give me healthy children.
Yeah.
And so like boobs aren't sexual. They're just not. They're not something that's there that is a sexual thing.
But they are for men.
But they've been sexualized. There's a difference.
You think so? Because I think that might be part of their embedded nature to be attracted to that. Even though you're saying that's biological, that we see them and we're like, oh shit.
I like how you looked then.
Yeah, how do we look then? And then look and then we biologically think, okay, potential partner. Good, like, good for the kids and whatnot. But that's attractive to us. Like, that's what the attraction is. And we don't consciously think, we aren't consciously
But do
thinking,
you
like,
not
that's
think
good for our
that
partner.
boobs have been over-sexualized? Like, look at women who get shamed for breastfeeding in public. Realistically, that is what they're there for.
Yeah,
You know?
Maybe they have been over-sexualized, but, like, I don't think women have, like, helped themselves in that matter, though. Because I think that women do wear more revealing clothing nowadays, and considering it, looking back like 100 years ago.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Fair enough. Like, I mean, do what you want to do. Like, it's your body.
Totally.
You should be able to... And if that makes you feel good and...
Yeah, if that makes you feel good. But I also
Why
know
not?
girls that have flaunted their assets, we'll say, and then they feel uncomfortable because men are looking at the assets that they're displaying a bit more, e.g. cleavage or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel uncomfortable because men are looking at it. But I feel like you kind of said it yourself. It's biological to be attracted
Yeah,
to
but
that.
it's being attracted and there's just being a perv.
Yeah.
Like, there's
sure.
a difference.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
well,
if you're just talking to me and you're talking to my chest, like,
yeah, I'm not saying I'm not
it's
saying
kind
that,
of being a bit of a dick.
I'm not saying that though, but it definitely is provocative if you're going to walk around with a shirt that is sporting your cleavage a lot. Can you not see how that might provoke men to be? I'm not saying anything harassment's not okay.
Yeah, but it's saying that I have the right to dress however I want,
Yeah.
and not have someone come up and grab me.
Yeah, grab you. I don't think that's fine.
No, and that's
But
what
I
happened.
think you should be like, if you're ready to dress up how you want and look sexy, which is, you got to, I mean, that's kind of what they're going for, right? They've got to be, if they are flaunting their assets like that, they've got to be trying to attract the opposite sex, right? Is that not their main goal?
Not necessarily. There's also been studies saying that women dress up for other women. You want to impress other women.
So you're trying to make them jealous.
Well, yeah, you're trying to be the most attractive person.
Most attractive person. But attractiveness would be based from a male's perspective, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but you still want that opinion of the other woman to be jealous.
But yeah, okay, yeah, I understand that. But there's going to be the side effect of that is that men are going to be attracted to you.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with men coming up and talking to you. Like and I'm not saying that it's like, I mean, we're talking now. Like,
yeah,
like that's not the issue here. The issue is harassment in a society.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know the harassment rates at all or anything.
What I mean is, like, have you been to town and have you seen guys, like, going up and grabbing girls' asses? Just because. Like, you can't say that you haven't
I
seen
have
that.
seen it. I have seen it.
Yeah, and it's just things like that. It's like, why the fuck has anyone got a right to do that?
Yeah, I'm not saying that anyone should be able to do that, though.
Mm.
That's not what I'm saying. I think that's wrong. Yes. I agree with you there.
And
But,
it's also things like promotions and, like, and pay gaps and and unpaid work versus paid work. Like, who does more in a household and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Like, that's still an unequal thing, which is something that we all individually have to address.
Just back to so your definition of feminism would be
equality.
Equality of opportunity?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of more of a second wave thing.
But it's also third wave because we want opportunities for everyone, and everyone be able to go out and go after the same things.
This is a stat. Yeah. I think third wave still does kind of represent that, but they represent a lot of other things, and there's a lot of kind of.
I think a lot of it's been misconstrued though.
Have you ever seen the documentary The Red Pill? So it's this feminist who does goes in and tries to find out. I can't remember her name. Someone J, but she was a feminist, and then she's trying to find out the men's MRM, the men's rights.
Like Meninism or whatever.
Yeah, it's the guys that are saying that, hey, it's not so hard either. It's the other side of feminism. It's the man side of feminism, pretty much, except for men.
Mm.
At the end of it,
but that's not what feminism. Just because feminism has a female pronoun doesn't mean it's not supporting equality.
Yeah, no, I didn't say that.
I know, but you're saying it's the other side. Feminism is for men.
Yeah, totally. But I feel like, so this documentary basically showed this feminism transform to go against what now was classed as feminism, this third wave feminism, because it's turned in, people saying that it's turned into this kind of man-hating fueled movement. And this is the stats. I think it's about 80% of people believe that there should be equal opportunity between the sexes, but only about 14% of people are feminist. So you see what I mean? They're not the same anymore.
It's not because it's been that word has been taken, one, out of context, and two, it's been given like ideas that it really isn't. Like, it's that whole man-hating, bra-burning sort of idea. Like, it's not that.
I've seen some bad hashtags like "kill all white men." there's a hashtag like that.
Well, I've never seen that one, but it's things like the Me Too movement. It's like, how many girls are coming forward and saying, yes, I've been sexually assaulted? Like, majority, like, I don't want to say it, but like, there are a lot of girls that have been. And is that the society that we want to be a part of? No, we want to raise our men and our women to not support that and not be okay with it when it happens.
The other side of that is there's been a lot of false accusations as well.
That's inaccurate. As a statistic, I remember, because this was something that we learned, that we looked at in sociology, and it's one of those things that out of like say 100 people, 2 accusations will be incorrect.
Is that right? I don't know.
It's
I've definitely like heard some false accusations like firsthand.
yeah. Well, that's a shame that you've heard that. But
It doesn't help
but like, how do you know that? How do you know that they're false?
because they got proven wrong by their surrounding people, like the majority, and that's how it should work.
Well, that's sad. That's really disheartening to hear because it makes everyone else who's coming forward feel like they can't when those sort of things are coming up, and portraying that image as something that's a regular thing
Well, hang on.
stops people being able to come forward.
The other thing that's bad about that is that women are lying about it sometimes to try and get this victim status and put men under the
Okay,
gun.
but the majority of them are accurate, and so the men that are there need to be held accountable to sexually harassing and assaulting people.
I'm not advocating for sexual harassment here at all.
No, but to
But not helping your cause if people are going to lie about it.
but to paint everyone with the same brush is not
But
the
that's
best way to do
that
it.
works both ways. You can't paint all the men with the same brush.
But we're not. That's not what the movement's about.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it
not
shouldn't
about-
be, but it definitely seems like it's kind of moved that way a little bit.
Oh, it's
as of
not.
late.
It's not painting. If basically the main thing to get away with anything about sexual harassment is if it is wrong, if it feels wrong, it is. Like if you're holding a hug, like okay, that whole thing that came around that was like, I can't even hug a colleague now at work. It's like if you are holding a hug for too long, or if she didn't go in for it and she's standing there uncomfortable, and you can tell that, it is wrong. Like it's just like looking at those things and not doing them.
But those
it's not
signs are so hard to
abusing-
read.
It's
Holding a hug too long? God, that's tough, isn't it?
All right.
Hold it. I'd go about there. That's where I'd go. So what happens if... yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I get what you mean. But...
And when someone's trying to pull away and you're still holding it?
I get you. Okay, so what happens... Okay, we'll accept that. What happens if that happens to a man then? Is that sexual harassment as well, or does it not work both ways?
Of course it works both ways. Men are sexually harassed as well.
Yeah, okay. That's good then. That's good.
Come
Well,
on.
a lot of people don't say it. A lot of people don't believe that.
No, I think one of the key things there is it's like often women, like, okay, it's that whole idea of like violence. Like, not all men are violent. However, violence benefits all men because that threat of violence causes women to act in a certain way. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you
Like
mean.
you're policing yourself because of it. It's like that threat of walking in the dark by yourself. It polices you from doing it.
I get you. I can understand why women are scared. I understand that.
Not all women either.
No, not at all. Especially after a few drinks. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like my main worry is I feel like this third wave of feminism, and maybe it's probably even moving more into a fourth wave now, is got a lot of man hating in it.
Okay. Well, it's sad that you feel that way, but as a feminist, from that, it's not what it's about. It's about creating an equal space and a safe space for all of us, so we don't have such huge rates of male suicide, and we don't have such disparities in the workforce, and women feel like they can go have kids and it be okay, and men feel like they can stay at home and be stay-at-home dads and it be okay.
Totally. I agree with all that. But this is what I'm worried. I don't think that's what the movement is representing anymore. I don't know.
Well, what examples have you... Okay, apart from that hashtag, like, what other examples have you got of, like, being, like, mad at men?
Okay. So there's kind of like this thing, mansplaining.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of just a term that some feminists like to use to kind of discredit a man trying to explain something.
Kind
So
of.
that's kind of just... been denoting a man's opinion. So that's kind of...
It's men assuming that women don't know is where that comes from. So it's men assuming that women don't know about a subject. I remember I was watching a really funny example of like, it was like the Prime Minister of Norway, she's a woman, and they were in this like economics committee meeting, and this dude was explaining to her like what interest or something was. And another guy leans over and goes to that guy explaining, she's got the highest education in economics out of anyone in this room.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's just things like that, just assuming they don't know and it getting explained to you.
But that goes both ways. Like, I think that happens to men just as much.
I'm sure it does, but like, it's been a turn explained for
So
it because
that's
it's
not
something.
That's not a problem with men.
I'm
then.
not sure it happens as much though. Like, is it a regular occurrence for females to explain things to you that you already know about?
Just as regular as a man. Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, totally.
I don't know.
I dare say more often. I would. But like
Maybe that's just you.
I feel like that's what I'm saying. It's a case to case thing. It's not a man.
But it's a term that we can all like laugh at and be like, oh my gosh, that was a funny example. Like it's
like
also
that.
unity as well.
Yeah, okay. So that's the other thing, like it kind of feels like with some of them, like what you just said, that where you can laugh at, whereas we can't laugh, we can't do the same back, because then that is misogynist.
But I guess it's like, you guys already have the upper hand in this playing field. Like, you guys are like...
What does that mean?
Okay, the best position you can be born into in society is a white male. Agreed?
What do you mean by that? Like...
In terms of, like, genetic lottery. If you're going to be born into any position in society.
I'd say in a Western...
Western
culture, but I don't think male, definitely.
For best opportunities, it is male.
Well...
And white.
If you're talking from a biological perspective...
No. For the best, like, chances in life, statistically, you're better off to be born a white male.
Okay, maybe because of the biology that comes with males and the personality types that come with them.
No, it's not to do with personality. It's to do with position in society that you're born into. So say you're a white male, there are more men that are white male in positions of power, and they are more likely to hire someone that they see as the same as them.
Okay, yeah. This is. I don't think you can categorize white men like that. I really don't think you can, because this is proven that there's more difference within a group than there is between groups. Okay, so if you're going to categorize all white men as though they're privileged, which is
I'm not saying that everyone's privileged. Everyone's got their own struggle. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that.
But you're saying the best position you could be in.
Yeah, if you had to pick out of every single like option that you've got, so you could be maybe a black man or a black woman, or an Asian man, or etc. The best option you could pick would be a white man. You cannot disagree with that.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably have the best opportunities, but at the same time, like, is that not just like mean being like, okay, you're born a white man, so now I'm gonna class you as though you've got this privilege and that's what you are. You still got to make yourself out of something. Yeah,
for sure. And it's not diminishing your success, but it's like, it's someone. I mean, it's the same thing with privilege in general, though. Like, it's like someone who's born into, say, a really well-off family. You're gonna have better life chances than someone who's not.
Yeah,
you're still gonna work for it, but you're not necessarily gonna have the same struggle that other family has.
Yeah,
and it's the same thing with race.
The thing I feel like is white men might be getting blamed for being white men, which we didn't pick. Just happened.
I don't think that's an issue. Statistically
Really?
wise, you guys still make a lot more money, and you have there's less crime rates. Poverty is a lot it's not that bad for you guys compared to other races.
Yeah, but
I think
what do you want? What do you want? How is that our fault though?
It's not your fault. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what are you saying then? Just that it's the Just that it's a privileged position.
Yeah, you just have to acknowledge it. Like it's not a hard thing to do. Like
Yeah,
I acknowledge my position as a white female in society, in a Western society. Like I'm very privileged.
Yes, I do believe I was born into a not a privileged position, but a very good position.
Mm.
But like I don't know, like what does that have to?
So it's like you have to, by recognizing that privilege, you can then help equality within a society and to make it a more equal place by acknowledging it and like pointing it out. It's like it's evening the playing field for everyone else.
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
But as well as that, also another point on your like feminist thing and how you think it's man hating. I mean, that's an example of privilege there. It's like people who have been proven to have had more sexual assaults happen, more domestic violence. There's the pay gap as well as that. Less promotions. You're getting it like less out of your education than like a male would. Hang on, I'm not finished.
Okay.
By you expecting us not to get angry about that, it's privilege talking. Like it's a shitty situation. Don't expect people to not get mad about it.
Yeah, I hear you. I just feel like there's more variables than gender and race.
Oh, absolutely, and that's where intersectionality feminism comes into it, which is you're acknowledging all the different aspects that come into it. It's not just...
But intersectionality kind of points back to what I'm driving at, which is individuality. Intersectionality, you take it to like 6 extremes of intersections, you're to the individual. You are 1 in a billion. So that's back to the individual. So it gets rid of all this class guilt.
But we still have to acknowledge it. We still have to see it for us to make any difference, to make a society more equal. Is you have to acknowledge your privilege and be willing to fight for those who aren't in that position to be able to do it for themselves.
I hear you. Yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't help people. I'm saying, I definitely agree with equality of opportunity and fairness in society. There's always going to be corruption in the world. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But blaming a whole class of white male for it.
But it's not blaming white male. It's saying acknowledge that this is the best thing. It's when, like, I'm not, but it's not, because I'm not turning around and saying every male sexually assaults every female.
Yeah, okay.
Like that's not what any of us are saying, because it's not.
I think that is. Yeah, I don't know. You think so? I think there might be a little bit of that going on.
Well, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think you're wrong. We're gonna have a difference of opinion there.
Fair enough.
That's not what we're saying. We're not saying that, but we're saying it goes on. You know that it goes on. Acknowledge it. Acknowledge that you see it, and then when you see it, do something about it. You've said that you've seen girls get their asses grabbed in a club. Yeah. Stand up for them.
I will. I'm not saying it. I've never said I wouldn't.
But I'm giving you an example of when you haven't. And that's using your position as a male and of being a little bit more dominant, being able to push someone off and say, yo, that's not okay.
Yeah. But it also comes at... There's a lot of risk in that for men as well, bro.
Well, you don't have to be aggressive about it.
It's going to lead to aggression.
What? Stopping... Okay. Well, then... in and of itself, isn't that terrifying? Can you not acknowledge that if that you're scared to push a guy off and say that, how on earth do you think a girl feels who is biologically a lot weaker than him?
Yeah, but like, if it's just I'm not saying ass grabbing's fine, but she's not under necessary a rape threat in the club. She's not going to get raped in the club.
Well, there's definitely been examples of that happening. Just saying.
Yeah. Where?
Do you want to say that people haven't been raped in clubs?
Well, I don't know. Not in New Zealand, probably. I don't know. Tell me.
We could Google this right now.
Hit me.
All right. Pass my laptop.
Oh, hit your phone. How about we have a break?
Okay.
Heated. Oh, song. Ed Sheeran? What are we running?
Nancy Mulligan.
Nancy Mulligan? Very good. Coming at y'all. Classic Ed. Beautiful soul. Beautiful voice. So yeah, what did you find out?
So there are definitely quite a few instances of people being raped in clubs in New Zealand,
Okay, yeah.
unfortunately. There are also clubs.
That sucks.
Yep, there are also clubs about rape, such as Roastbusters,
Oh, that's horrible.
that are founded,
Where's that?
I think it was up in Auckland or some shit,
Hmm.
that would rape unconscious underage girls and put it on Facebook.
Well, okay. What do you think that, just to kind of twist it a little bit, what do you think that Tinder's doing towards these feminist values and these this rape culture? Do you think that that's playing a role, or what anything about Tinder in general? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's making everything way too easy.
Hmm.
Like,
In terms of
well, it's literally just based off looks for one, and then you find out about a person, and then you meet up, and it's kind of just like there's nothing like that exciting about it, you know? Whereas like, I mean, like the other day, I didn't have money to pay for parking, and so this was really sweet, and so I went. So I was talking to like the guy about it, and I was like, "Look, I don't have money to pay. I'm really sorry." He was like, "It's all right. Just like leave it. It's fine." But there was a dude that had been like listening to our conversation, and he just paid my parking ticket, and then wrote his number on it and said, "You're welcome." And it was just like, that's a really sweet thing to do.
the man.
Yeah, and it's like those sort of interactions, like they don't have, like that was really nice.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it was
totally.
just like someone being a genuine, like cool
Was
person.
it an older dude?
No, he was
Oh.
my age.
Oh, nice. Good on that guy. Shout out to him.
But it was just like a really sweet, nice thing to do, and you don't really see that a lot nowadays. And I'm not necessarily saying that people should be like paying for me or anything, but it's like, it's like it was just like that little nice
Get your
thing.
wallet.
It was that little thing that like made your day and made you feel like a little bit special. It kind of takes that like specialness out of it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So for you, Tinder is taking away the novelty of that male-female interaction.
I guess so. It just makes it very easy.
Yeah, because what I find with Tinder is that there's different drivers for why people are on Tinder. I think some people, a lot of people use it for sex, mostly of the male population, I would say, and they're very optimistic hope that a match will reply. That's half the struggle, and then I think a main motivation for women will be to get that kind of like
Validation.
that ego boost kind of a little
Yeah.
bit, that like people think I'm attractive kind of,
Mm.
and I think that they probably enjoy that emotion, that kind of like dopamine kick. There's a very minuscule amount of people who actually just want to make friends, but like probably not the right platform to be trying to do
they
it
need to
on.
make one for that though, I reckon. Like,
I think there is some.
I really want that for Christchurch because I feel like I don't know enough people there. And like I'm really nervous about that whole like social side because it's like you come from Dunedin where you've got like your friends everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm going up there and I don't. I've been like
be
looking.
fine, you'll be
I've been like looking up places and I found a wine club, but it's like older people. But I feel like it'll be fun.
I rate pissing up older people.
Me
bro.
too.
I reckon they're fucking good times because they cut to the chase and they express their opinions, whereas, well, they're also more set in their opinions as well because as you get older, you kind of crystallize into your own view of the world and
Yeah.
how you think everything's working, which is just natural. And it doesn't mean you're right or it doesn't mean you're wrong. Like, you'll be right on some things, wrong on other things, but yeah, at least they'll like tell you how they think it is most of the time. So like you can kind of just do like the hey, how you going? Oh yeah, good. Oh, good weather. Oh yeah, good day. Oh, what do you think about this? And then they'll be like, oh yeah, I think. Whereas younger people might not, for one, not have an opinion. Two, copy someone else's opinion that they don't even know,
Yeah.
but like claim to be their own. Three, too pissed. Too pissed to actually even give a shit. But like that's what I like. I like doing that when I'm out in town and stuff. Well, that's why I don't like town as much because there's not as much talking that you can do. It's always so loud and whatnot. I want to have like the fucking back bar of the Cook. Do you remember the outdoor area of the Cook?
I did.
You did?
I snuck in.
Ah, nice. Yeah, that bit was so cool because it's like all talking level, everyone's pissed, we're all freshers pretty much, more or less. And it was just on and $9 jugs. Like fuck yeah, the cook was so mean. They shouldn't have fucking got rid of it, but clearly they weren't profiting off it. Man, everything's gone actually. Like Boogie's gone. Boogie was mean.
Capone.
Capone's same thing. They're like
Monkey
free.
bar.
Monkey bar. Didn't that guy like run away with money or some bullshit?
I don't know.
Pretty sure he like ran off with his money, left the country.
Oh, fair enough, I guess.
I tried to sneak into that bar up the fire exit once. We got caught. It's fun though. I would always go for this. Do you remember Fever?
Yeah, I think so.
It was like on the way to town. It was like an oldies bar kinda. It had the underfloor
Lights and the stripper pole.
and the stripper pole.
Yeah.
Great time. But yeah, it was never really that packed. And they had these awesome shakers that you could get. And then yeah, there's some older characters in there, and then there was like some younger people in there kind of having a bit of a laugh and whatnot. And they played great numbers. Anyway, there's this back fence, and that was the first club I went to. Yeah, just climb over that back fence. So easy. I felt like a boss. I was the coolest kid ever. Great times. When did you first get into like a bar, do you reckon?
I was 16, I used.
Oh,
You know?
you had a fakie? Man, girls must get in with fakies way easier, I reckon. Fuck, so many girls. I see like 14-year-olds now, and I'm like, are you 25? Are you 25?
Some people look so old, like you. Like,
Scary.
I wish I knew how to do that. Like, I wish I knew how to look that grown up. Like, I feel like I look so young.
You do look quite young.
I'm not getting asked for ID as much nowadays, though, which is kind of sad.
I feel I'm so stoked when I don't get asked for ID.
I'm not. I'm like, do I look wrinkly? Like, what is this?
Crack up. No, I just fucking hate getting my ID out, and I'm kind of like, come on, bro. I'm over 18 now. I'm over 18.
I don't know. You can be little.
Man, I don't know. I feel like I try to be like, hey.
Beards definitely make a huge difference.
Beard.
Beards because it's
Massive.
beards. Well, beards a big thing because you're not allowed to have a beard in high school.
Yeah, hard.
So if you have a
Too
beard,
true.
you can't really be in high school.
And it's not just having a beard. It's having like a thick beard, like not just like a wee kind of like patchy little thing,
Yeah.
but actually like growing here.
Are you proud of it?
And actually, it's quite long now. I'm gonna see how long I can grow it.
Do you shave it?
I trim it now and then. I trimmed it last week.
It looks very shaped.
But I shaped it last week a bit. I gave it a number 7 last
Ooh,
week.
Fancy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a number 8 soon. But then that's my highest hair clipper I've got. So then I'm just gonna let it, once I do a number 8, let it grow.
How big?
No, only for like another month. So I won't get that big because I want to shave it off for touch nads. I think because it's just gonna be so hot.
Does it make your face hot?
I don't know, but I definitely sweat more now. So I'm gonna say yes.
On your face?
Yeah, like I sweat heaps up here and shit now.
Okay.
I reckon it must like.
Or
Why
it might be
wouldn't it?
age.
Hey? Yeah, I'd say that's probably a variable as well. But yeah, I think it must make it hotter. Surely.
Oh yeah, it's extra hair. I'm sure it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I should shave my hair off as well.
Just go completely bald.
And my eyebrows?
You could donate it.
How would I do that?
I donated my hair.
You donated your hair?
Yeah.
What do you donate it to? A wig foundation or something?
Yeah, Freedom Wigs in Dunedin.
Is that right? I don't know if I want to chop my hair off yet. I don't know if I'm bald enough. Because it's definitely like once I chop my hair off, that's it. I'm not growing my hair back again. Like,
We'll grow it really long and at least donate it because then so it can go to someone who actually needs it.
yeah, I'll donate it. I'll probably, when I do it, I'll probably like, no, will I? That's the thing. I don't know what the fuck I'll do if I get rid of it. I'm just like, it's just such a staple
You would
now.
look like really normal.
Oh, no way. Like, I only got long hair about the start of 2016. I started being able to tie my hair up really badly too. Like I could only just tie it up.
What's he like the musician look?
Hey,
So like the musician look.
it is. I'd wanted hair for a long time. Long hair for a long time. Yeah, and then but there's always that there's this awkward phase where it's too much in your eyes, but you can't tie it back.
Mm.
And it always landed on sports seasons.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I can't play sport if I have my hair like this. So I'm just gonna have to chop it. So then I just didn't play sport one season, and then I just went for it, got it done, and now it's fine. Like once it's out the way, it's fine. It's just that real awkward zone of half long, half short that you can't tie it. It's a real burden. Man,
Such
troubles.
a hard life.
God, what would I do? What am I gonna do? But yeah, Tinder. I don't know. Pros and cons.
Yeah. I mean, you can also skip to the point as well a wee bit, which is probably a bit easier, but like, I don't know.
suppose a good part of it is if you are going to be seeing someone, you do have to be physically attracted to them.
Mm.
Really.
Yeah, for sure. It's that first, like, little bit, but it's like, at the same time, it's like, I think the thing with Tinder is it's like, there are people that are going on there for a fuck, and then there's people that are going on there to, like, have a date and, like, get to know someone. And I think that's when it gets a bit confusing, because it's like you don't know what people's intentions
Different
are.
motivations,
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. But there has been, like, these different dating platforms arising, where it's, like, I think there's, like, one now that's, like, for academics or some bullshit. Tinder for academics. And then, like, Bumble has the one where the woman has to message first,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool, because most of the time, on Tinder, a guy will message first.
Mm.
Not a high success rate of getting a reply. Not a high. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me.
What's your
Maybe I'm dry.
normal
I'll mix it up.
line?
I'll mix it up.
Come on, let's hear a few.
I get bored. I normally try and... Oh,
I feel like I shouldn't. I've got to go pick up Mum.
okay. Yo, pussy. No, I normally go for something that relates to one of their photos or their bio or their Spotify. Anything that's on their profile. Try to say something witty.
I should have found what your one was with mine.
Yeah, we went on a Tinder date once. That was kind of how we mainly meet each other. Meet each other at a party. Parties are great to meet
It
people.
wasn't even like a party. I ended up in your house somehow.
No, it wasn't my house.
Or your friend's house.
No, it was your friend's house. It was Jake's house.
No.
Yeah.
Or were you there?
I was there, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It
You
was,
came round. Yeah, because that was that night. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They got-
Pelicans.
Oh, they were fucking gross. I've still got the videos on
They
my
were-
phone.
They were pissed as, and like, yeah, that's pretty much why we talk to each other, because like, neither of us were that pissed.
Yeah, no, that was so, like, oh, that was nasty, eh? Oh, I'm just remembering it now.
Some people are hectic with that shit.
I don't even get
some
why
of the
you'd want to
initiations and
do
stuff.
it. But it wasn't even initiation.
I know, but like,
They just did it because they felt like it.
some of the initiations are so much worse as well, though. That's the thing. Aren't they banned now? Initiation's banned
Yeah.
now. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I mean, I get that
I get
there's
it, how it-
tradition, but then there's disgusting shit that should not happen, and I feel like pelicans are one of those things.
It
Don't
is
vomit
yuck.
in someone's mouth. That's so gross.
It's disgusting. It's got to be unhygienic anyway. But
Ugh.
yeah, I don't know. I suppose it's just the I think Otago Uni's just trying to lose that kind of scarfy name, eh?
I don't
That
think they'll
scuffy
ever do
undertone.
that though. It's been there for so long. It's not going to just leave.
Oh, I think it is diminishing though. I think like, well, just talking to like my mum and shit, it sounds like it was way more hectic back then.
Yeah, but that's what they always say. Like that's everyone. They
Yeah,
were like,
harder
oh, back
here.
in the day.
But
we
Have
do
you seen
that.
like the riots and shit that they had? Like, do you know the Guardies?
Yeah. Like when the Marsh Centre was a pub.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was someone got shot there.
That's hectic.
But it wasn't even a student. It was a gang member came back and shot someone.
Yeah, but it's still in the Studentville. You know, it's still
Yeah.
part of the culture. It's still attributed to the Scarfy.
Yeah. I mean, like Hyde Street and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
High
that
Street
used to be.
High Street Key
that
Party used to be hectic.
Mad.
That's what I mean. Like, I feel like it is diminishing. Like the Under 500, that doesn't happen anymore.
Mm. I don't know. I think students will always just get pissed and have
I think
flat
students
parties
everywhere
and
get
stuff.
pissed and whatnot.
I know, but I think Dunedin's got a real sense of community though, compared to like most unis.
Understandably so. Like, we are surrounded by each other.
Mm.
It's like this
Sweet
little
bubble.
pool of like this little bubble of hormones all cramped into this one place, doing in the exact same stage in life,
Mm.
bullshitting their way through uni, but mainly pissing up.
Well,
Like,
it's because it's the only thing that we can afford to do. That's
it's
fun.
It's fucking fun. I love pissing up. It's great. So
But
fun.
not to the level of a pelican.
No, I'd have to be on form for a pelican. Like, I'd have to be on.
You reckon you could do it?
No, I'd have to be like real fucked up, and under some serious peer pressure. Some serious peer pressure. But man, I don't know that peer pressure. Okay, good. I was scared I didn't press the record button. I hope I pressed it on the camera.
No. I'm just trying to remember the night that we met, though. Because I ended up back at your place. Because we were just hanging out. And I was talking to your friend because he'd just broken up with his girlfriend.
Nah. You didn't end up at my place. You might have ended up at the other place in between. Cause
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But, like, we were never, like, even talking that much. I was mainly talking to your friend because he was upset.
Yeah. I can't really remember, eh? Yeah, he was upset. I remember that. Yeah, parties are the best. Parties are the best.
Yeah. It was a funny night.
That was like a Monday as well, I think. It would have been... Oh, no, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, because you were like, oh, I'm leaving. It was real nice to meet you. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, hard. I was definitely seating, bro.
I couldn't remember your name.
That's right.
Life of me.
But then I found you on Tindies. But nothing came of it.
Sorry.
But yeah, nah. So yeah, nah. But that was like a fun... Like, Tinder's so much funner if you go out on dates with people.
Well, we had a fun day.
Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. Got the conversations flowing.
I have the best conversations. I'm the best time.
The arrogance of this kid.
Coming from you.
Through the roof. Through the roof. Yeah, nah, that was me. We went up Cargill, eh? Fuck, Mount Cargill is beautiful, isn't it? Fuck, it is beautiful.
Need your mum's car.
Yeah, main car. Sitting outside of the mountain. Shot, right? Fuck, Dunedin actually low-key has some mean scenes around, eh?
It's one of those places, like, I can't wait to, like, bring friends back, like, and be like, oh, yeah, this is where I went to uni, and, like, we'll go do all the walks, and, like, go to St. Clair, and, like, have, like, lunch at Starfish, and, like,
Totally.
there's so many nice things to do.
I know, way. And I've just always taken them for granted, because Dunedin's always just been right there for me, coming from the big dirty Cluth rep. But yeah, just an hour up the road is like, I never really, well, in general, I'd never really looked to sightsee and like do the nature things and whatnot until I went to America. And then I was like, well, I better get out and do some shit. And then I was like, holy shit, this is mean. Well, I should go do like, man, I don't even know where the fuck I live. Like, let's go look around that place. Since then, drove through New Zealand twice. Great little country we got here.
Yeah, I
Beautiful
really
little
want to
country.
go and do, like, more of the walks, eh? Fucking mean.
When you say like do the walks, do you mean like the big motherfucking walks?
Yeah, like the
3
great...
dayers or?
Yeah, the great walks are fun.
Yeah, bro, I should do one of those too.
Do the Kepler. It's a nice one.
Yeah. Well, they're all nice apparently.
I want to do... There's
I
a
want to
one...
do Mount Doom one.
Oh, okay. I don't know where that is.
Neither, but that's the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
mountain.
yeah, I know which one you mean. I want to do that one. There's one on the west coast. You walk for like 8 hours, you end up in a natural hot spring.
Gangster. Sorry, I got a really sore back. Pisses me off, man. I have like a slip vertebrae in my back. Just now and then, just always plays up, eh? Now
Funny
and then,
that.
always plays up. Nah, it's actually been pretty good. But man, it was a burden. It is a burden. You got any bad like injuries or anything that just fuck with you?
Not really. I have overly flexible like hips, and they kind of like fuck up with running. I'm supposed to do like physio or some shit, but it's like they take so much time out of your day. You know.
I hear you. Do you do yoga?
I've done a little bit. Not really though. I'm not very good at sitting like in one place. Like I'd like to like go do things.
Yoga's kind of moving though.
Yeah, but it's still in one spot.
Okay, yeah, I get you. So your environment has to change.
Yeah.
Do you like going for walks and stuff?
I've been running a bit lately.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
It's good. Apart from I've hurt my back now.
Where do you normally run? Like just around the streets, or do you go to the gym or something?
Nah, up to like the reservoir and then up the hill and then down in Woodhall and stuff.
I still haven't been to the reservoir.
It's closed at the moment. You have to like cross the stream and do another part of it instead.
Ah. Well, there you go. Can't go
And you're
do it.
missing out.
Is it mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice walk. It's native.
I remember I tried to do it one day, and then we'll try to go this way, and then we just ended up like real random spot back in the streets, and we was like, oh, I suppose this isn't the way then.
I'm surprised you got lots of signs.
I think we're trying to be adventurous.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, you kind of have to follow the track because, yeah, you're kind of like following like bush up through like houses on either side sort of thing.
Aye. Can you drive up to it? You can, eh?
Yeah.
Can you drive right to it?
Yeah, there's like a track that goes onto it if you carry on up the valley.
Aye.
And then because you go up the reservoir and then you go up Pineapple Track, which leaves you up like Flagstaff Hill,
Aye. Mate.
which is a nice walk as well. Oh, look how cute he is.
Frankos the dog. Frankie-o. Man.
I feel like we're both kind of getting tired now.
Who?
This conversation.
Yeah, hard. I am coming down a bit. What I wanted to close with, though, was you're wrong. I just wanted to talk a little bit
How
about...
attractive I am.
Read my mind. I do want a tiny bit.
Yeah, I have a little bit.
I wanted to talk a little bit about enemies. Okay. So, I feel like we had quite a good argument then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. It felt kind of intense. But that's what I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's like what needs to be done. And then
It's
you know,
healthy.
being able to like just not care about it, not take it personally at the end of the day, genuinely just trying to find out some shit. And like that's how you do it, by having the two different sides of the argument. So in that case, I'm kind of saying you were kind of like an enemy, and I was kind of like your enemy a little bit. That's making it sound very negative, but like I just feel like there's a lack of appreciating enemies' point of views at the moment as well.
Mm. I guess maybe it would be better to say opponents.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, however you want to say it.
I think it is quite hard for other people to see each other's point of view because everyone's so sure of their own opinions. And I think it goes both ways. Like, both sides have to be willing to listen to the other, which is quite hard to do when you're sure of yourself and you're sure of your values and your opinions.
Really hard to do.
Yeah.
But it's so important. It's like the only way that... Because the fact of the matter is, there's so many people in the world, and we all have a lot of different opinions on different things. And you're never going to be able to tell everyone what their opinion, what the right opinion is. There's always going to be opposites, and we need the opposites. Because sometimes one side's right, and sometimes the other side's right. You need to be able to talk between the two and figure them out. Like when
and it helps your argument too.
Definitely. It's very good for you. It's very healthy. But a good example is when you're talking about borders, and it's like, obviously conservatives are more like, let's close the borders and let's have thick borders so that no one can get in. Which, you know, sometimes is the right answer, Frankie. Nearly done. And then
Soon, Bubby.
sometimes having really closed borders is the right answer. But then at the same time, liberals are more likely to be like, no, let's open the money and let the information come in. Which is also required at times as well. But like, the reason that I'd say sometimes borders need to be closed, I mean, you can think about like the Native Americans and their borders before the Europeans came over. I mean, it was just basically a simple handshake that kind of fucked over the Native Americans because all the diseases spread. So in that case, they would have been like, fuck, I wish those borders were closed for us right then. Because there is dangers from outside. You know, it's the unknown. It holds dangers. It holds the dragons, what we were saying before. And you've got to be careful about letting them in. But if you don't let them in, then you can't learn as well. And you can't gain new ways to progress. So you need the both. You need the conversation, you know.
Yeah.
And that once we aren't able to do that, once it leans too far to one side, I think there's only one way it can go. I think it's kind of like it would be if it leaned too far one way, it would be like a very intense spread of a religion throughout the whole world that kind of indoctrinates the whole
Be like
world.
a dictatorship.
A dictatorship, totally, which happens in nations, but like it's kind of like if an ideological point of view became so prominent in societies and it keeps spread all over the world, it's never going to fully satisfy everyone because everyone's always going to have different opinions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I totally agree. But
And that's not saying that you can't be sure on your opinions and stand up for what you believe in. It's just saying that you need to be able to try and stand up for your own opinions and listen to the other side and try to learn from it.
I mean, I think that's the biggest issue is it's like people are so sure of their opinions they're not willing to listen to the other side, and it's like you've got to. Like you need to see where other people are coming from, and I think
as much as it hurts.
Yeah, but I think a lot of it though, like, I mean, just from what I've seen in the media and stuff, and of people like standing up for themselves, like a lot of like the liberal arguments for things are them like rebutting, and often it's like sometimes you do find like I feel like often the most closed-minded people are people who have like made their judgments and then found the facts for those judgments.
Yeah, hard. Sorry, I kind of got.
He's so distracting, eh? He's just sitting there talking.
So what was that? The closed-minded people make.
Do you want to lift him up on the bed? Hi. Hi.
Frank, he's back.
You got a bit lonely, didn't you, bud? Hey, a little bit lonely. You're okay. You're okay.
So yeah, what was that? Sorry, the closed mind.
I think it's the issue is when people form their opinions and then find facts to back up their opinions.
I think that people should be trying to form their opinions and then trying to take down their own opinions. You know, instead of trying to find facts that back up their opinion, trying to find facts that make their opinion flawed.
And then you get a better argument too. It's like our discussion that we had before. It's like we're both probably going to come away from that with a better argument for other scenarios because we've come across different opinions.
Totally, but just interacting with the other side is good because you get a little insight to how other people think. And like I was saying, it puts you under pressure to have your argument straight and to have your point of view a bit straighter to try to defend yourself. But at the same time, it's the whole listening thing. You have to try and listen to the other argument, even when you disagree. You have to try. I feel like you should just try and find one or two things that you're like, okay, and then if you can find one or two things that you're like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense, and sometimes it's like a domino effect a little bit, and okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from.
You can coexist, and you can both. I mean, that's a huge thing with politics on anything. It's you need to be able to find a middle ground where you guys can compromise on.
Yeah, sorry. Totally, that's the thing. And that's why, in America, it's pretty much been the trend of going from Democratic to Republican, Democratic to Republican, Democratic to Republican. And that's pretty much explains that. We need the both sides. And the people need the both sides. That's what happens.
Yeah.
People are like, okay, no, we actually kind of need to chill out on that front. Okay, we need to chill out on that front as well,
Yeah, and then when people get too annoyed with them not finding a middle ground and not listening to what they're thinking about, then they go way too far one way, and then they're like, oh, hang on, that wasn't actually what we want.
Totally. I feel like, yeah. What I try to say what I think is not being heard more than it's not 100% my opinion necessarily, but I try to say what's not being heard.
You just like to have
more.
a debate.
I do like to have a debate for sure, but at the same time, I think this stuff needs to be heard as well. I feel like a lot of the shit I say, I don't even know what I think about. I'm just actually, for one, love a debate, and for two, I'm well, they have a point of view and it's valid. So I think that it should be explored at least. It shouldn't be written off as though it's nothing. I think we should maybe close this up, or else Frankie's gonna fucking kill someone.
I know, he's so sad. Oh, baby. It's okay.
What are we? Oh, we have to quickly do our higher virtue test. I don't even know if that's like a good name for it, eh? Do you think that's a good name for it? We've already done it, but I'm gonna get her to do it again because we did the old podcast. Do you think that's a good name for
opinion.
it? Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Better do it quickly.
Hello? Alright, bye.
Okay, higher virtue test time. Ready?
Mhm.
OCD or untidy?
OCD.
Comfort or adventure?
Adventure.
Compassion or competition?
Compassion.
Harmony or honesty?
Honesty.
Group or solo discussion?
Group.
Purpose or pleasure?
Purpose.
Happy and sad or content?
A content.
Question or answer?
Question. Or answer.
Answer?
Maybe.
No in betweens. Okay. Question or answer? Question then. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Power to the individual or group? Power to the individual or power to the group?
Power to the group.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Very good. Hey, thanks, Tui. I'll give you a clink anyway, eh? Awesome. Thanks, guys. Episode 6 was good. That was fun. Yeah. I look forward to hearing this one back. This will be good. Good to get a little bit of debate going. What I got? Man, I don't think I got anyone else planned yet. I should probably get onto that. Yeah, I want to get at least 10. At least 10. Yeah. I'll see you on the next one anyway, guys. Catch up.